So I met Ismail at the Drummers Collective when we were both studying there. And pretty quickly at the collective, it became this thing that besides Ismail being an amazing drummer, he's this guy that builds amazing drums. When I came to New York, I only brought cymbals and snares. I didn't have a full kit. I needed something I could get the sounds that I needed, but was very small because I needed it to get around the city. So he built me this really small kit and modified this current snare that I had. And then I started trying more and more of Ismail's stuff and realizing that, he can basically build anything that I can think of or anything that I want. And then around 2013, 14, I started talking to Ismail about building like my ideal, the working, most all-around kit that I could get. That led to this kit that's behind me, and that's a steam bend solid walnut kit with maple reinforcement rings. It responds and opens up and tunes in a way that no other drums I've ever tried does. I knew that I wanted a 22, 13, 16 kit. And the kick drum is oddly enough 22 by 15. I just had to decide on the size that was the most all-around size, which is 22 to me for what I play, which is a lot of rock and like backbeat-oriented stuff. And then all my vintage kits have always had 14-inch deep kick drums, and I was never really a big fan of 16s. So without much actually like knowledge, I was just like, let's do 15. The 16-inch floor tom is almost bigger sounding than an actual 18. It just has so much depth to it. And the kick drum, I get comments in all the time, sound engineer sessions. Everyone's like, what is that drum kit? What is that? And the attack is so nice, but it has, one guy I remember once at a bigger venue was like, I don't have to put any EQ at all. It's like, this kick drum doesn't need EQ. You just hit it and it has the tone and attack. So it truly is a remarkable kit. Anytime I come back to this kit, it's just like a falling in love every time. Then later on, I had this idea for a snare drum that no one makes. Basically an acrylite shell, but a 14 by 6.5, not 5.5 or 5. Some companies make those, but they're all 10 lug. There's something about 8 lug drums so that when you move to the edge and the rim, it just opens up more than a 10 lug would. And I went to Ismail and we talked about it, and Ismail was like, yeah, I'll build it for you, let's go. Since I got it, I really haven't played that many other snares. And that's the other thing. It's cool to have 40 snare drums if you need them. But in reality, especially when you're a working musician, ideally you want as few drums as possible that can do as many things as you possibly need them to do. You learn how to tweak them and get all those different sounds out of it. It's pretty special, like the whole relationship with Maelo drums and Ismail. First of all, he picks up the phone or he calls you right back. He always cares so that you're actually 100% satisfied with the product. And the other thing that's incredible, and this was the thing that everyone even back at the collective talked about, the attention to detail was like absolutely immaculate, and the finishes were incredible. He puts so much love into them that makes you also love the drums more.